And onto our final demo. This is our Patient Safety Net app that we've built to enable us to monitor data quality across our organisation. And specifically, we've built this app to create a framework that our users can work within to define data quality issues which impact upon them as clinical services, and to capture data quality issues at a very low level, at a granular level, every time they occur, and against the patient, against the staff member who's made the error, against the clinician whose care the patient is under, against the care setting, and against the treatment or care that's being delivered. We've got around 30 metrics loaded into here now. We're adding more all the time. I'm going to look at one in particular, which is around access plans or waiting lists. So this is looking at patients who have a referral and their waiting list or their access plan has been closed. However, nothing else has happened. So they haven't been put onto another access plan, so they haven't been transferred, their care hasn't transferred onto another waiting list, or the referral hasn't been closed down. That's not right. Logically, that's a problem, and it also represents a clear patient safety issue. There could be risk associated with that. A patient isn't being actively managed, and we know we need to be able to identify every time that happens, and more importantly, we need to facilitate people to take action and to address the issue. So I'm looking at, for this particular metric, the access plan metric, all the times we've found an error since the start of January this year. So just over 12,000 I can see, and about half of those have been fixed. So we have about 6,500 active issues, and that equates to around 46 per day. So, it's not insignificant. This is affecting a lot of patient records, and we need to do something about it. And this is why we've built the app. A bit of trend visualization here. I can also start to look towards the bottom of the screen around cutting these numbers by various dimensions. I might want to look at one particular hospital, for instance, or I may want to look at a particular service or clinician. I'm actually going to look at one service in particular, so I'm going to choose urology because for the purpose of this, I'm a urologist wanting to check on the quality of the records for patients under my care. And that's me at the top. Actually, I know I've got an issue, so I'm going to click on that. So I can see I'm having on average, there's one issue a day occurring, and there are 60 issues to fix. So from here, as this urologist, I'm going to jump into my Clinician View, which is here. And there we go. So I can see that I've got 60 issues. I can see the trend. And importantly for me, I can actually see which member of staff has been editing the records or putting data into the records when the error occurred. So I'm going to expand that. Just have a look at that. So this is all anonymized data for the demo, but it's pretty clear 3 members of staff really stand out here. So let's have I'll lasso those 3 members of staff. Click yes. And close that down. Right, so I've managed to filter it down. So I've now got 30 active issues. And I think, for me as a clinician, that's enough. So I'm going to create an alert. Click on here. So I'll call this Click World Patient Safety Net, Urology, Clinician, active waiting list issues. Let's correct the typos. There we go. And then what I'll do is, Matt's already demoed this, but I'll use filter by objects. It's brilliant actually. It really simplifies the act of assigning an alert to a visualization. To generate alerts. So I'm going to look at my active issues. Select that, add the measure, that's added, and then I'll click onto the next screen. So I want to know when those issues are probably greater than 0. It might not be. I might decide I can, withstand a threshold, but I'll go for 0. And okay, so that's time. I wanted to refresh every time the app reloads because I know that this app reloads on a daily basis. Channels, I want that both to be sent as an email to me and to also be sent to my phone. I want to look at that on my iOS app on my iPhone. Right, so I'm going to create the alert. So that's alerts created. I'm just going to jump into click alerting just to have a look at that. So I'll just refresh that. So I can see that here's the alert here. So let's have a look. And I'll edit that to double check. I might want to make some changes to it. So the condition, I know that's greater than 0, so that's fine. Schedule's fine. I just want it to happen to trigger on reload. Distribution though, so I might be very conscientious, and I might want to share this alert with the group. I might want to share it with my clinical colleagues. So I'm going to click a group. So I've got a test group set up here. Just 2 of us in there, and then notifications are fine. So I'm going to save that alert. What I'll do now is I'll trigger it. Won't wait for the app to refresh. There we go. So that's been triggered. I'll just jump into my emails as well now, so I can see 15:57. That's the time now that the alert's triggered instantaneously. I can click on the hyperlink and jump straight back into the app to allow me to take action. So from now on, I don't need to go into the app to see what's happening. I get the alert within in my inbox and also on my phone, and I can just jump in and immediately see how many issues are there. And importantly, whether these 3 people are still making issues or whether they're being fixed. Right, I'll just clear those selections as well. I'm going to now jump into our record audit view of this app. So this is where we're using write-back to be able to allow people to capture additional information when they're validating data quality issues. I'm going to select urology again. Shouldn't have unselected that. Here we go. So I can see now a record list of all my patients with their record identifier, the clinician, the service. I'm looking at active issues, and importantly then when the error occurred and when we last detected it. So we'll trap when an error happened, and then we'll scan repeatedly to identify whether that error is still active or it's been fixed. I may be a service manager, or maybe a ward clerk, and I may want to validate this. So I might say, well, I know that for this patient I fixed it. I'm going to give that a low priority. I know that no patient harm is likely to have occurred. And I might say for this patient, I had a look at their EPR. I'm a bit worried about this. The patient record looks complicated. It looks like they have 2 open referrals. And so it looks like their care is being managed on 2 separate pathways. So that's a problem for me. So I'm going to ask for help from our from the informatics team for that. And I'm going to say that's a really high priority, 5 out of 5. I'm going to say also, there's a real chance that a patient could be harmed through here. We've got two open referrals for the same patient. There's a chance that something will be missed. So I'll say high patient harm impact, double referral, open, help requested. And I'm going to save that back into the app. And now I'm going to jump into the service management view. Now, as a service manager, this view will really interest me, and I'm particularly interested in where patients may have had harm associated to them, either high or medium. So it looks like something's happening with this member of staff, so I'm going to click onto their name. And again, I want to, as a service manager, be alerted to if this member of staff creates an issue that has harm attributed to it. So I'm going to create another alert. So I'm going to call this urology staff X high harm access plan alert. Again, I'm going to filter by object, so I'm interested in these 4 records there. Click on to next, add the measure, click on to next, and again, I just the same as before. I want to know when this is greater than 0. It's an important one for me to understand. I want that to happen every time it reloads, and I think for this one, I'll just send it to my mobile. Not to get too many emails as a busy service manager. I'm going to create that alert there. I'm going to now jump into the Click Alerting app on my phone. I'll open up the app. I instantly get a push notification so I can see that I've got alerts. So it's a prompt for me to take action. I'll open up our Staff X alert. So I can see there's been a change over the past few scans. Really good, clear visualization. I don't need to be within the app to understand that there's something I may want to have a look at. I'll click on the detail and we can see that tells me there's a count of seven patients with the potential to have high harm. So I'll probably click on the URL to have a look at what's happening there. I'll go back to my inbox. Also, we created an alert earlier for a urologist. Again, I can see the same idea. I can see a track of the number of alerts I've been getting and click on any of them to get more detail, to get a hyperlink to find out more. Back to the inbox, and I'll jump back into the main app now. I'll now clear my selections and jump back to the overview sheet. I hope you've enjoyed the demo and the previous two demos. I hope it's given you an insight into the solutions focus that we've got and the real value we're getting from integrating Click Alerting with Writeback into ClickSense apps.